My guy Michael Jai White is back in his new film, and this is certainly one you do not want to miss. I have so much to cover, so much to talk about. Let's get into my review of the new film, Outlaw, Johnny Black. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film, Outlaw, Johnny Black, which is in theaters right now. And you totally want to check this one out because I feel truly this is Michael Jai White's best work yet. He is sitting under the director hat. He co-wrote this, and of course he stars in this as the character Outlaw Johnny Black. He co-wrote this alongside of Byron Mins, who you may have heard this collaboration together before, and if you do know, then yes, it is of Black Dynamite, which is a classic, which if you enjoyed that, even the animation, then you already know this is a must-see. But with this, and even on that same notion, like, this film does cover a lot of what Black Dynamite did in terms of like that humor, that sort of swag to it, that like that artistic feel to that film. You're certainly getting it with this. Because this is a Western, it is a comedy, it does have its action, it doesn't truly take itself overly serious, but like, yeah, it tells some important messages in there. It has some great action. Of course, when you're talking about Michael Jai White, you're going to have some good stunts, you're going to have some good fight choreography, but even at the same time, while you sort of do look at Michael Jai White for those expectant things, I think it's just great acting, and then the cast is just star-studded up and down the cast. Listen, if you look down the credits, you're just gonna keep seeing names. You're gonna be like, "Wait, really?" Like Tommy Davidson, Gary Anthony Williams. Ooh, that's a big win for me. UFC fans, you got Randy Couture, you got Donald Cerrone, you got Tony Baker in the film, which I was like, wow. I don't know if I've ever seen him in a film, wish that to be true. And you got Jilly from Philly, Jill Scott in it as well. And that's just to name a few. But like, yeah, this is definitely a loaded cast of so much talent. And with a cast like this, everybody do have their moments to shine, which I thought was done very well. You know, you don't get too much Tony Baker, if any, in the very early parts of the film. But the third act, he comes in and he definitely takes the film in a very comedic direction, but enjoyable. And then you have our villain and Brett Clayton, played by Chris Browning, who this entire film kind of keeps you on edge. And to talk about this sort of dynamic here is that Johnny Black vows to gun down Brett Clayton and becomes a wanted man in the process. So, you know, this guy is responsible for the death of his father. It's a vengeance story, but while he is trying to seek vengeance, a little accident happens, which now makes him a wanted man, and we have to kind of see him navigate from town to town, knowing that everybody's after him. So it's it's comedic and funny on that note, but overall, it's still a good story. But I think, again, with Michael Jai White, I think when you look at his projects, you think like, oh, it's going to be action heavy. It's certainly going to be great stunts, great choreography, all that stuff. But I think truly why I feel like this is his best body of work is because, one, the film is fantastic from top to bottom. But two, I think seeing him in a way that we traditionally don't see him, a character showing range in terms of the comedy, but also kind of like, having these minor skits within the film. I just think there's a lot of range. I always thought there was a lot of range with him, but I think this one definitively show just how good of an actor he is. And I also really love the script in this. Like, there's so much good dialogue. There's good banter amongst characters. Like, they really put this film together very, very good. And if you heard like sort of like the backing of how this movie even came about, because it was a trailer that was released, The Outlaw Johnny Black, and this was somewhere before the pandemic or around the pandemic, and folks were kind of wondering where it was at. But after a while, eventually after they got some money, and then after the world decided to open up, they decided to obviously go forward with this. And I think with that time, I think they really did take their time in putting together a solid film and not just rushing to put out anything. And again, you talk about Black Dynamite and them coming back together for another film. You already know what time it was, because after the success of Black Dynamite, after we have completely accepted Black Dynamite in terms of being a classic, you know, you're going to have to up the game if you're going to collab again, and they certainly did. And it's just a good time. I am not a big Western fan, but this one truly makes me rethink that statement, because I just had so much fun with it. There's so many good moments up and down, and I think that there's moments that it's raunchy, there's moments that it's like really corny and over the top. There's moments that's just, you know, straight up laughing to the top of your lungs. There's moments where you get little chuckles. Like, you get a little bit of everything here. And again, I think so many different characters, so many different actors give you so much of their moments that you just tend to enjoy. And like, again, talk about Chris, who plays the villain, Brett. Even like the villain has their moments, you know. So I just thought that was really, really well. And, you know, to kind of give a shout out to some other folks, the Lee sisters, Jesse and Bessie. Bessie played by Erica Ash, and Jesse played by Anika Rose. Listen, when these two characters get involved, and especially when they meet Johnny Black, it becomes a dynamic that just like, it makes it so much interesting. Like, the drama really comes into it. So like, wow, it's not really a drama. Like, they even add that bit of aspect to it. So like, I don't know, man. I just think that this is a film that, whether you want to just enjoy it as a popcorn film, whether it's something you want to sit back and really look into the plot and really understand the messages that's in it, because there's certainly a message. And as a matter of fact, at the end of the film, Johnny Black gives this sort of monologue that really puts a lot of things into perspective, which I truly appreciate. So whether you're looking for a deep message or a deep-rooted message within the film, whether you're just looking for something to just kick back and have fun with, I think it just services a lot of different audience, and I think it's just a good time. And of course, if this has not been stated, Michael Jai White, he gets down and dirty. He gives it to you very early for a little bit and kind of holds out until the very end of the film. So, you know, with that, you know, you don't have to come in here thinking you about to get the same thing over and over. No. Again, as I mentioned, he's going to show you range, and it's really going to go in a direction that's not just about the action, but it is about the story. It is about the script. It is about these actors really doing what they do best, and really creating really special moments together on screen. So this is without a doubt a film I highly recommend. And as I mentioned, I think this is Michael Jai White's best work yet. With that being said, folks, check out Outlaw Johnny Black in theaters right now. I believe you can check it out on demand and digital as well. Maybe eventually soon, but I know it's in theaters right now. But either way, go out the way, go check this out, and let's see Michael Jai White back in the director's seat again very soon. I'm with that all the way here. But anyway, thank you for checking out this review, and catch you back for many more very soon.